When you ask what property means to me, what I say is how property speaks to me. It means to stop to exchanging time and life for money. A J or B, that's not for me.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is.
I do the best I can from where I am. Turn the
Wherever
stars
you
into the new floor beneath them. I'm ASG from JTC. Come to rap a bit about property. If you're feeding the changing scenery, the next 3 steps you will need to see. Yo, the deposit, time to get your money right. No more bounce.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is. Wherever you are, welcome back. Right, we're still going through our What Happened Next series of selling houses. And the next house that I want to bring up is a 2-bedroom purpose-built apartment on Brandram Road in Lewisham, but just outside of Blackheath. Check out this video. Good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is. Wherever you are. Yes, we're back at it again. Yes, it's another property presentation. This time we're in Lewisham on the very leafy, very quiet Brandram Road, just outside of Blackheath, looking at a 2-bedroom purpose-built apartment. Let's take a look inside. Now, I've showcased and sold many properties for this particular vendor, and they never disappoint, they never fail to deliver. Just check out this kitchen diner. It's absolutely huge. Looks can be so deceptive from the outside. When I first walked in towards this property, my impression was that it was going to be a compact 2-bedroom apartment, but when you get inside, you are fantastically relieved as you step in and just exhale. The bathroom, exquisite to see and touch. I just love this color scheme, the gray tiles off of the white ceramic, balanced and complemented by the chrome on the fixtures and the fittings. Gets me every time. Both bedrooms are fitted with this really light and bouncy grey carpet. Really gets that feeling. Now when you're walking on brand new carpet, get your toes in there. It just gives you that, woo, that cozy feeling. And just take a look at this primary bedroom for a second. So spacious. I love it when I walk into a bedroom and you've got multiple ways in which you can configure it because there's that much space. And also, not to mention this built-in wardrobe, double-breasted, his and hers. Now, one of the best bits for me about this lounge space is the fact that the kitchen is big enough to host your table, which means all of this space is left for entertaining, socializing, and relaxing. And with these 2 large sash windows, just grabbing every aspect of light that God has given this earth to have. It just makes it such a phenomenal space to chill out, socialize, or relax in. I do love that apartment. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring this one up in this particular series is because of a particular hurdle that this one is facing. Now, this sale is still in process. It's still going through. It's not exchanged and it's not complete yet, but we are getting close to it now. But this particular hurdle nearly blew the entire deal to pieces. So everything was running straightforward. I had a first-time buyer as an applicant. He put in his initial offer. We put that over to the vendor. The vendor came back and said no, but I managed to get a counter out of them. Managed to get him to rise up to the counter. Everything was good. Everyone was good. It was happy days. We were moving. We were running. Issued paperwork. Solicitors are instructed. X, Y, and Z. Speaking to brokers. Getting mortgage offers on the table. Blah, 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 blah. And then I got a phone call, from the asset manager that was working on behalf of the vendor. And he said that there is a pending Section 20. Now, a Section 20 is issued on a leasehold property. It's when there are major works to be done to a block or the building, and therefore the costs of such are going to be shared amongst all of the individual leaseholders in there. Now, On this particular one, they were replacing all of the windows on all of the doors in this block, and the personal liability of our new about to be leaseholder was £54,000. I'm gonna leave that as a mic drop moment right there. 54 grand, £54,000. When I heard that over the phone, my ears, my heart, and my head said fall through. I thought there is no way that anyone is gonna take that on. So I said to the asset manager, I said to him, look, we can't expect him to take it on. He goes, Andrew, I know. So what we're looking at there is we're looking at a price reduction to the equivalent of. So I then took that, I was like, thank God for that. Went to go over and speak to said buyer, spoke to the buyer, and he was just like, okay, what is this? Explain what the Section 20 was and blah, 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 blah. So he came back and said, okay, Andrew, what I want to do is I want a £60,000 reduction. I went, sorry? He goes, I want a £60,000 reduction. Now, because the Section 20 wasn't established, you know, it hadn't been written, it hadn't been put out. This is an estimate as to what it's likely to be, or we think it might be. Actually asking for a £60,000 reduction in this case was a sensible thing to do, because at this point in time, as a buyer, you are now stepping into a property that you know full well has got a big bill coming. So what you need to do at this point in time is to negotiate said bill into the sale or purchase of said apartment. So what he was doing was, very sensibly, is actually putting in and trying to sew in a certain level of contingency. So make sure that, let's say for argument's sake, the bill was sent out and it's established and happened to be more than the £54,000 that was estimated, that basically, you know, he's got some bandwidth in there. So behind closed doors, what was going on was a lot of conversations between myself and the vendor about what to do about this hurdle. They don't want to lose the sale. We certainly don't want to lose the sale. The buyer doesn't want to lose the sale. So in this situation here, we had to find some way, some form of middle ground to the point where everybody is reasonably happy, a point of compromise. So when we were looking at with the vendor, we looked at the marketing price for the property first of all, and we're like, okay, the marketing price for the property at the moment was 350,000. That's where we put it in. But when you take a look at the actual market value of the property, was 365,000. When they looked at the works that was going to be done, they looked at the bill and they're like, all right, we said it was likely to, it may be 54,000, but taking a look at it, it's more likely to be 50. So what they agreed to do was to take £50,000 off from the 365 point and bring it in at 315. So what I did was I took that conversation and I went over to the buyer and I brought him up to the property because I thought it'd be better to have this conversation face to face and inside of the property, so his attachment is growing to it. So whilst we're there, I said to him, look, this is their point. Their lowest point is 315,000. That's the lowest they're willing to go on it. But the thing you need to bear in mind is the lucky side of it. And he went, what's that? I said to him, this has come about now. This could have come about 6 months after you purchased it, and you would have been lumbered with a £54,000 bill or a £50,000 bill. Or at least right here and right now, you've got a £30,000 discount off of that in anticipation of when that bill comes. So he said, fine, Andrew, let me think about it. So he went away to go and think about it. I had a very nerve-wracking, probably about 6 hours before he called me back and went, actually, you know what, it's fine, I'll accept. At which point, obviously, did reissue paperwork, selling memorandums that went out, and so be it, and so be it. So that property sale is still in process, is still going through. I just thought I'd highlight that at this point in time, just to show you what a Section 20 is, to get you to understand that sometimes when it comes to property sales themselves, there's a lot that goes on in between when you go under offer to when you get keys in your hand. As I said before in the last video, it's very rare, well that's certainly been my experience anyway, it's very rare that it's a smooth sale right away from beginning to end. It usually takes a bit of dancing. Anyway, that's me out for this week. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this is proving useful to you. I'll see you guys next week. You take care, stay strong, stay focused.